There we go. Right, hello everyone. By the time you see this particular part of the video, this will be us, well, we arrived, as you saw in the previous video, arrived in Cebu quite late last night, so I'll tell you about that in a minute. But first of all, introduce you to Clyde. We are now back together again now that I've arrived in the Philippines, so say hi.
Hi! Yes, finally we're back again together.
For how long?
2 months.
2 months? You want to get rid of me? Oh, 4 months. I thought 2 months. Oh, I'm going home earlier than I thought.
4 months.
4 months. Anyway, I'm going to give you a quick update of what happened and why we stayed here in Cebu City after arriving yesterday. Hopefully I'll not bore you too much. But one thing I will say is we're in this hotel. Shall we? I don't think we'll mention the name of the hotel because I think that'd be a bit unfair.
Yeah.
But of all the hotels and places that we've stayed in the Philippines, this has got to be the worst.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you get what you pay for. Although it's quite expensive for what it is. But it was a last minute thing. We arrived, or I arrived very late last night. So rather than
roaming around
and trying to find transportation to get over to the other side of the island, we decided just to stay here, and we took the taxi driver's advice, to come to this hotel. I don't know how much he get paid for that, for doing that, but anyway. So my flight, which you've just seen all the footage up to this point, arrived at Istanbul about half an hour late, actually.
Half an hour.
Yeah, half an hour late, later than it was supposed to arrive, which wasn't too bad. I had a 3 hour and 5 minute layover anyway. But then as soon as I got there and I checked the departure boards, it was already, the next flight's 3 hours late anyway. So it became almost 6 hours that I had to hang about in Istanbul. And I could not get internet. I tried. I managed it at one point, but I only had 15 minutes, which I discovered after, of free internet time. And by the time I'd got back to where I was sitting in the seated area, that took me about 10 minutes. I only had 5 minutes of internet by the time I got back. So it was all a bit of chaos. And so the internet was... Anyway, that's beside the point. I eventually got on to the flight from Istanbul to Cebu. And I don't know, he must have put it in a higher gear because he got back here only 2 hours late.
Yes, 2 hours only.
2 hours, just over 2 hours. So it left Istanbul in Turkey, straight to Manila. There was a technical stop in Manila. Actually what it was about 95% of the people got off the plane in Manila because that was their destination. And myself and about maybe 20-30 other people just stayed on. So we didn't even have to get off the aircraft. We were there on the ground for about an hour and then took off and landed here in Cebu. Because we were 2 hours late, what did we do last night? You tell everybody what we did last night.
We went to Ayala Mall to have our dinner and then we arrived here. Yeah.
Is that it? And where did we sit in the restaurant?
In the Moon Cafe.
Yeah, the Moon Cafe. Moon is not M-O-O-N, it's M-O-O-O-N.
Yeah.
A Mexican restaurant in Ayala Mall. And where did we sit?
We sat it was a nice dinner.
Yeah.
And it was the same, how do you call this? The one who entertained us, that woman.
No, I'm on about the table. What the table we sat at. What's important about that?
Oh, it was the same table. The first time you were here, it was the table that we sat. And this time around, it was the same table.
Yeah. And that's the third time we've actually been in that restaurant.
Oh yes, it's the third time.
And the third time, oh no, the second time we didn't sit at that table. It wasn't available.
Oh yes.
But last night it was. So it's kind of one of these things that you remember in a relationship, isn't it? When I arrived in July earlier this year,
We went there.
we went straight to the hotel, got changed. I had a shower and everything because I'd just been travelling for 2 days. And then we walked around there. That was our first meal together. Actually, I'll put a photograph of that up here, or here, or here. So move this way a bit. That's it. I'll put the photograph up here. That was our first meal. You'll see the picture up on there. That's our first meal. Oh, that's if I've got the picture, by the way. I might not be able to put it up, so if it didn't come up, don't worry, I'll show it some other time. That was our first meal together when I arrived in July. So anyway, I'm going to cut the video off now, or this part of it anyway. The next few parts of the video is going to be our journey now from Cebu city over to the other side of the island, to where I'm going to be staying for the next 4 weeks in your neck of the woods.
What, 4 weeks? 4 months.
Did I say weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, you said 2 months earlier. I've cut it down now to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay.
Well, that's all my visa's lasting for at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
30 days.
Mm-hmm.
Even my return flight is in 30 days.
Okay. So that's a great excuse.
So I'm ready, just in case I upset you, I can still come home.
Okay, so let's go straight later.
Okay. Right, so I'll update you for the rest of the video on our journey over to the final place near Ronda.
Okay. No, Dumanjug. Oh yes, Ronda, part of Ronda. Santa Cruz, Ronda. Okay.
Yeah.
So until our next video.
Okay. So say bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, đạp nào đi ạ.
Cái món bún là sao?
May pa na biya, dali pa mabot kayo sa bus.
Ah, tapo yung bus eh, dahil
Oh,
kapit-kapit.
mabulong-ulong, kay di ka pa masag sa hero doon.
Lagi.
Doon din mo pa, doon din mo malbual eh, doon din malbual.
Kapit na lagi.
2 minutes into the new apartment and you're having to mop up the floor already.